You know what time it is? It's time for our American Smooth Viennese Waltz. What we're going to do today is what we call a reverse or a left turn. So put your shoes on, join me on the floor. Let's do this. Welcome to Sunstrike Dancesport. My name is Jim Cole. If this is the first time you've joined me on my channel, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Today what we're going to do is we're going to learn a little bit about our American Smooth Viennese Waltz. What we're going to do is we call the left turn. This is a fundamental in this fast-paced dance, and it's essential that we learn the basics early. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the leader's part, then we'll talk about the follower's part, and then at the end of this video, or toward the end of the video, I'm going to give some technique that will allow you to do it better. So, like I said, if this is your first time joining me, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that like button, and please hit that little bell for notifications. That way, anytime Sunstrike Dancesport has a new video, you're going to know about it right away. All right, let's talk a little bit about that, the leader's part for the Viennese Waltz. Now, one thing you want to appreciate about the Viennese Waltz is that it does have the same time signature of the American Waltz. It's in a 1-2, it's in a 3-4 count. The huge difference between the two is that the Viennese Waltz is roughly twice the speed of a regular waltz. So a lot of things that we think about and talk about and utilize for our waltz are not really going to be allowed, or we don't really have the time to really focus on those things because the dance is so fast. We're going to break down all those little details so that when you do the Viennese Waltz, you're going to look phenomenal. All right, so let's talk about the left turn, also known as a reverse turn. So the reverse turn will start with the left foot free, doing the leader's part. We're going to step forward. We're going to step with our right foot to the side. We're going to put the weight onto that right foot, and we're going to continue to rotate for the cross. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take my right foot back, left to the side, and then close my right foot to my left foot. So let's do that again. So here we have 1, 2, cross, 1, 2, close. Again, 1, 2, cross, 1, 2, close. So if I'm doing it from the back side, we have my left foot forward. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, from the back side, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nice. All right, let's talk about the follower's position. Nice thing about the follower's position is that it is exactly the same steps, but in a different order. So when the leader starts his step, he's doing the first half of the reverse turn. What we're going to do for the second half is what the lady or the follower does on her first half. So we're going to start with that the follower's part. We have the weight on the left foot, and we have right foot back, left to the side, right foot closes to left foot forward, right to the side, and we finish with a cross. Ladies part once again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Let's take it from our back side. Or let's take it from the forward half. Let's do it that way. Here we are. So we have back, side, close, forward, side, cross. Again. We have back, side, close, left foot forward, right foot to the side, left foot crosses. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some of the technique. This is, like I said, a fundamental step for our beginner for the Viennese Waltz. And what is important to do is to try to make sure that we have the step down before we try to do it number one to the speed of the music. Now the music is very, very fast, so for us to practice it to the speed of the music and not have the technique right is going to be catastrophic. So what we want to think about doing is practicing it at a very, very, very slow speed until we have it in our muscle memory, and then we're going to allow our body to actually be able to do it and keep up with the music. So that's the first thing. Practice this very slow. The second thing is that we want to think about two different things happening when we do this reverse turn. We want to think about the lower body turning and the upper body turning, but a little differently. What do I mean by that? So let's talk about the leader's part of this. You'll notice that I have my left side leading, or what we call a positive left side. As I step forward, everything stays the same. As I start to turn to my left and my right foot goes to the side, and then as I start to going to do my cross, my upper body continues to rotate, even though my lower body is not. As you can see, upper body, upper body, upper body, and then I cross. And then as I finish with the cross, I'm still continuing the rotation of the upper body. I take the foot back, and then I'm finishing. Notice the upper body is still rotating, and then I close. So we have a little bit of a twisting action, or it's just happening at a different speed. So my upper body and my lower body are rotating at different times or separately. Okay, watch again. So we have my lower body and my upper body are pretty much the same here. As I start to step forward, my upper body starts to rotate. As I continue to step to the side, you'll notice now my lower body isn't rotating anymore. My upper body is still rotating, which will allow the cross to happen. Now I'm going to continue to rotate upper body. You'll notice I'm still stepping straight back. Upper body, moving, and then I close. All right, you see that? So it's two different speeds that are happening. The other thing I want to just touch on, and we're going to continually talk about these things, is the fact that when we do the Viennese Waltz, people think that it's spinning constantly, and that's not really what's happening. In fact, what we want to think of is the principle of I go, then the lady goes, or my follower goes. I go, then my partner goes. I go, then my partner goes. And so what happens is, and this happens a lot, especially I think with the leader, is the fact that as I'm starting to turn, I start to think about the rotation on my end, and then I think about rotating my partner and doing it for her. And you'll find that when that happens, you're going to take your partner off their foot, and you're not going to allow them the adequate amount of time to actually do their part. Sometimes we get a little afraid and think, oh, they're not going to be able to do it. I have to do it. And that's not the case. So I want to think of I rotate, and then they go. And you're going to find that as we do that, the rotation is going to be a lot easier. You're not going to be fighting your partner, and your timing is going to be a lot better. So a couple of things to think about. I know if this is the first time you've done the Viennese Waltz, that's a lot of information that really doesn't make any sense, but the more you do it, I want you to come back and watch the technique aspect of this, and it will start to make sense. We're going to continually talk about the technique of the Viennese Waltz, being one of the fastest and probably one of the harder partner dances that we do have. Well, I want to thank all of you for tuning in, hanging out with me today. I hope the information was, you're able to use it and apply it to your dance. We're going to be talking about our natural turn next week, or next time, and we're going to show some of the techniques that will be done there. I know there's a lot of options you have to pick, but I thank you so much for tuning in to Sunstrike Dancesport. And tell your friends, share the video, tell everyone how great this is, because this is going to allow you to get better. So I want to thank you, and I want you to have a great day.